What's going on, you guys? I just been chilling, doing good, same old stuff, just training and working out, eating good, sleeping good, everything good, 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 good. Um, but yeah, anyways, I just want to talk about things like there's been a big difference over the past X amount of years of my life, Um, and I started to break things down into different categories and try to really think as to what changed, how did it change, and was there an underlying reason for that change? Or was I even aware of that at the time? Of course there was a reason for change. That's where change tends to come from, and it's not that sometimes when we're younger, we can be foolish and we can think, oh, yeah, we don't need to change for anything, People, and we'll use that cop out, the same saying all the time. It's like, oh, people will accept me for who I am, and if they don't, then to hell with them and stuff. And yeah, that's true to an extent, but when you say that, what you're telling yourself is that first part, you're telling yourself that you don't need to change for anything. And people aren't saying change like, oh, I don't like your personality, you need to change it. It's not like that, but people feel like it's an attack on them. It's not. That's not what it is. It's just change is what happens over the years and stuff like that. Might even happen over the days, but it unfolds so slowly that you don't really see it over the days. You don't see it over the weeks and the months. Over the years, you see it, and maybe every 1 year, every 3 years. Some things might take five, but you're gonna see a consistent change because as human beings, as any creature that's living, a living organism, we go through stages and we evolve, like Pokemon, we evolve. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to drive home here. But more importantly is the things that I focused on when I was younger, 18, 19, 20, and then in my 20s. I'm 31 right now. So my 20s, I kind of wasted my 20s big time, you know what I mean? And I guess I don't know if I was necessarily focused specifically on these two things involving that, but this is definitely what it was around. Was I broke things down, you can work on yourself or your life. You can work physically, mentally. You could say emotionally or relationship wise, friends, significant other, family life, and then financially, of course. So it seemed like when I was younger, I was just chasing the finances. I was chasing the money. Um, obviously, yeah, I got into drugs and stuff, but I used to be more about the money before I became more about the drugs, you know what I mean? So, but anyways, dude, that's the ugly lifestyle right there. Is I was chasing finances and chasing the mighty, mighty dollar bill all the time. And also I was always in a relationship with a girl. And most of them, yeah, they were long-term relationships. So I was kind of looking for the right thing, but I was doing the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Because of the first thing that I just mentioned. So, but everything kind of started to become about, net profit and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then also just, oh, I hope that, this relationship continues to work out and stuff. And oh, I'm bummed out. We broke up. And then that my heart's actually broken. I'm not even being I know I've made light of it, but if you've ever been through it even once, dude, try three times with a year, 18 months, and then wasted, no, it doesn't work out, and then have that with three girls three times in a row, boom, 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 you just wasted 5 years. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying go have a hoe phase or something like that. That's not what I'm about. I'm still that same person who's looking for that. It's just over the years, everything's changed, and I'm going to explain how right now. So I was really focused on relationship status, I became codependent. I became very much so codependent within a relationship. I would hold down my girl with whatever, and in turn, she would kind of help me and help me with my issues. But what happened is you become so used to that when you step out and you start having, instead of a long-term relationship, you start having a long-term single run like you're going on a run of being single for a long time and you're not used to it, it feels weird because all of a sudden you're not giving needs to a girl or a significant other to meet their needs and stuff, and you're also not you have to become used to actually taking care of a lot of your own needs again too. You're so used to giving and then getting in return, and you're kind of taking care of each other, and that's the whole relationship. But you forget. Sometimes you literally date for so long that you end up forgetting that. So, but over the past several years, I've rebuilt myself and worked on myself. And this is where the transition comes in. So I was focusing on finances and relationships, but they made me codependent and they made me greedy. The money made me greedy. The relationships made me codependent. Those are both weaknesses as far as I'm concerned. I had to remove myself from those two atmospheres and I had to fix myself from within. And I said, what the hell does that even mean, fix myself from within? Well, what can I control? What could I improve on a daily basis? You know what I mean? What can I really work at? Okay, physicality, I can build muscle, I can get stronger, get in better shape, I can lose belly fat, body fat percentage, and I can replace that with strong, lean muscle, So, but that's just one thing, and then the exercise and then getting into mixed martial arts. But mostly I've been doing kickboxing lately. I haven't been doing a lot of jujitsu, just strictly kickboxing the past like 6 weeks. But anyways, that's neither here nor there because sure, it ties into it all, but there's a bigger picture here. So I start working on myself physically, okay? Then there's another category. What else can I work on within myself other than just my body and building muscle and feeling good on the outside and I guess on the inside, but mentally, okay? Because we have our body, but within our body is our mind. Our mind controls our whole body. So that's the really important stuff that I had to do was work upstairs, especially with past addictions and stuff like that, so I really had to tap in to my cerebral and be like, okay, I got to fix this first. So I worked on fixing my brain, how I not how I view the world, that changed later, but just like putting in the work, you know what I mean? Knowing what I had to do to stay clean all the time and stay away from all that craziness and be able to truly get up and leave that lifestyle and just be like, goodbye. You know what I mean? And seriously follow through with it and don't look back, So I started working on myself mentally, and then a couple months after that, I started tying in the working out, the dieting properly, the getting good, better REM sleep, like a deeper sleep cycle each night, so you can actually rest and recover to the best of your ability. Things like that. But I said, oh, that's only two things, like my mind and my body. But it's not. There are so many subcategories under each one. So there's so many ways that you can improve your body. There's so many ways you can improve your mind. Constantly seeking knowledge, like I used to go onto YouTube and just watch aimless stuff and be like, like I still kind of like to do that, but when I want to unwind at the end of the night, but when I'm first getting up and throughout the afternoon, I enjoy watching videos on things that I'm actually learning. Maybe it's things about how society's been changing over the past 5 to 15 years, and I haven't even noticed any of it because I've been oblivious in the Matrix. And I'm not talking about the red pill, blue pill thing. I'm talking about I was so high, I felt like I was in the Matrix. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, but now that I'm snapped back to reality, this is what it is, and it's kind of waking me up to it. So taking in this information and this knowledge and learning how to apply it to modern day, that helps me out a lot, you know what I mean? So just seeking knowledge, actively seeking knowledge instead of just seeking something to kind of unfold and unwind and forget about the day and I'm drifting off. No, like actually find a connect with your mind. It could be, for starters, it can be with something that you're actually interested in, something that pulls you in.